Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is a paid request for Devonte. Thank you so much for that. For those interested, requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal. Do have a CashApp as well. Links are down below in the info box. I'll get to that as soon as I possibly can. So thank you for that. And yeah, this is for a film called Breaking In from 2018, which I don't even think I knew this existed. So I don't know how this did the box office or anything. I guess I could look it up real quick. I should have done that before I did this, but this is a film that is pretty much, I would call it a lesser version of Panic Room. In a way, I mean, it's not the exact same type of movie, but it's a home invasion film where Gabrielle Union, that I do like as an actress. I liked her in, was it Bad Boys 2? I've liked her in other movies as well. I do think she's a good actress. Her and the two kids go to her dad's place because her dad has recently died. And apparently the dad was involved with criminal activities. The reason Gabrielle Union's there is that eventually she's going to sell the house, sell the place. She has an older daughter, a younger son. And I thought the family worked well together. Their interactions were fine. The kids did not seem too annoying or irritating. Gabrielle Union seemed like a decent mom. Whether she hears something embarrassing about her daughter, but then doesn't really push on it. She kind of tries to relate to her in a way. There's a bit where she tells her daughter, listen, it's not your job to worry about me. It's my job to worry about you. So she seems like a decent person, decent mom. Oh wow, this is actually a pretty decent hit. It cost $12 million and it made, it says $51 million. Now, how much of that was in the US? $46 million in the US on a $12 million budget? That's definitely a hit. And that's what kind of makes me just confused, where if Kidnap with Halle Berry had the release of this, it would have been that kind of hit. It should have, because I think Kidnap is a way better movie than this with Halle Berry. I love that film. That film is very underrated in my opinion. But anyway, back to this. They get to the house. They see that the place has a lot of security measures. There's a security room with a ton of cameras. There's ways that the place to be sealed down, to be closed tight, shut up completely tight. A lot of security. One leads to another, and four guys are there because they found out that her dad had a safe with $4 million in it. They want what's in the safe. One leads to another. Gabrielle Union's on the outside. Her kids and the bad guys are locked in the inside, and she gotta find a way to get inside. And she's dealing with one of the guys outside. Bit of a cat and mouse chase. Eventually, she gets chased through the woods, ends up smacking him at this rock, against this rock, knocking him out, tying him up, and goes on from there and trying to figure out how to get in this house, rescue her kids, and so on and so forth. Now, I will say it is a pretty short film, like an hour and 20 some minutes. The acting I did not mind. Like I said, Gabrielle Union, I thought she had a secure, strong vibe to her, but she wasn't some superhuman that she could do all these MMA fights out of the blue and fight the bad guys. She still was able to get attacked and choked and punched and get hurt. Then she wasn't a superhuman or anything. Billy Burke, pretty decent actor. He's the head of the bad guys. And the reason I mentioned Panic Room is because you have your bad guys and here, and they're separated, and one's trying to get in the other. And like even the bad guys, like you had more the bad guy that didn't really want anyone to get hurt, and then you had the bad guy who was more of a psycho. Like in that one, it was Dwight Yoakam, and here it's I forget the guy's name. He's definitely a guy that's more willing to kill, more willing to kill anybody, including the kids. You have him, you have the one guy who's more sensitive, and then you have the leader, Billy Burke. So that seems, a bit cliche, granted, but again, I think the actors did their jobs fine. As I say, it's not too long a film, so the pacing's decent. It's just, I don't know what you're really going to get out of this film that you haven't seen before. I would say that's really its biggest flaw is just comes off very generic. Just comes off as a fairly generic movie. Where it's not bad, I don't think there's anything too egregious. The characters at times do make dumb decisions. I mean, early on, for some fucking reason, Gabrielle Union has her phone. She looks over and looks like the garage door is open about this far from the ground. So she puts her phone on the ground and goes over there to open and look in. And I'm sitting there going, why do you need to put your phone on the ground? They have this thing called pockets. Just put your phone in the fucking pocket. Just do that. You'd even do this. Shut it off. Put it in the pocket. That's what pockets are for. It's not like you need to do it. You don't have to hold it. You just put it in your pocket. Who the hell's going to set their phone on the ground and leave it there? Unless you're an idiot. It's like, well, we gotta find some stupid way for her to not have her phone. Just if she had her phone, hello? Yeah, get the fuck over here. Maybe you don't want to say that to the tots, but hey. There's some bad guys. They broke into this home. They got my kids hostage. There you go. I mean, you could have found a different way to do that. Okay, for example, she has her phone in her pocket. The bad guy grabs her. She's trying to get it. He's feeling her up. She's trying to fight. He's reaching in. She pushes him away, but he grabs her phone. She's like, give me my phone back. He's, oh, you want it? And like breaks the phone. I mean, whether smashes it, has a weapon, hits it with the phone, breaks the phone. You want it? Here you go. Take it. Or you want it? Come and get it. Like that kind of thing. Maybe he's got a knife, he stabs the phone with his knife, something like that. You could have done it that way. So now there's a reason why she can't use her phone, but doesn't come off as her being stupid, just lying it about, then forgetting about it. Because she comes out of it, and she doesn't go back to getting her phone. She comes out, and then she gets grabbed. I'm like, she gets grabbed anyway. Just have the guy, like, take the phone, and she's trying to get it back, and he smashes it. There you go. It's like stuff like that that could have been worked on and just make things a little bit more smarter, flow a little bit more better. Also, it's PG-13, so it does come off as rather tame. Like Panic Room, I believe that's rated R. And it's David Fincher, so I know what's funny about that film, off tangent. I like Panic Room. It's not a film I rewatch much, but I do remember liking the film. I do remember when that film came out, it seemed like a lot of people liked it, but as time has gone on, anytime I hear about Panic Room, it's people shitting on the film. Oh, it's awful, it's terrible, it's boring, it's one of David Fincher's flops. I'm like, it was a hit. Was one of his duds. I'm like, no, Alien 3 is a fucking dud. Okay? You want to talk about David Fincher duds? Alien 3 is the dud. I mean, I wouldn't say Panic Room's the dud. But it's just that weird thing. Like, everyone just shits on Panic Room now. I mean, and again, I'm not going to say it's a 10 out of 10 movie, but I think it's a pretty good. It's well directed. It's a good looking movie with the camera work and stuff. Jodie Foster does a really good job. But again, I do quite like Panic Room. But anyway. Sorry, I went off that tangent. Damn sinus, damn air. Goes from 80, 70 degrees down to fucking 30 degrees. Make up your mind. Anyway, who gives a shit? Get back to the movie. It's one of those films that it didn't make me mad. I thought it was okay. If this is on Netflix or whatever, it's a rainy night, you're with your loved one, like you're with your girlfriend or something, you want to watch a movie, it's harmless enough that, I mean, would I ever watch this film again? No. Did this film make me mad? No. I think it's helped because of the performances. It not overstaying its welcome, being fairly short and to the point, worked in its favor. But again, being PG-13, playing it very safe, so it can't get too visceral, can't get too violent. There's even a moment, spoilers, where a friend comes by, I think her name was Maddie. She knows that something's up, leaves, tries to leave, but then the psycho of the group grabs her. He's ready to do this, and it cuts away, and you don't see it, but you hear that. And that's what I mean. Like, there's not a lot of impact because you're taming things up so much. And like I say, it goes through the cliches where you kind of figure where it's going. Like, again, you have the psycho of the group. Like, there's a bit where she gets the fourth guy and has a knife to the guy and says, hey, give him my kids back. I'll give you your guy back. And I'm sitting there going, he's going to shoot his own guy, right? And he does. Billy Bird shoots his own guy. Which, again, is another cliche. The bad guy's going to shoot one of his own buddies, one of his own henchmen, one of his own compatriots. To show how evil the bad guy is, how willing he is to sacrifice others to get what he wants, all that jazz. Something you've seen a lot in these type of things. And I said, I don't think it did a whole lot of set pieces. And you know what? A film that I thought did this a bit better. It's not the same plot, but Hostage. With Bruce Willis, Hostage. It's not the same thing, but it's bad guys holding people hostage, and one guy has to find a way to get inside. Only that movie, because Bruce Willis is told by other guys, you need to get some stuff in there, otherwise we're going to kill your family. And so Bruce Willis has to talk to this kid and get this kid to help him. And then other people are like, well, are you going to sacrifice that family to rescue your family? And like, Hostage was a much more interesting, much more underrated movie. So I would say like Hostage and Panic Room, they just had a bit more elements to them to make them tick more compared to this. Like I said, you only have 4 guys. One of them just taken, at least knocked out early on in the film. One is the more like kind of sketchy, we shouldn't be doing this, don't hurt the kids type of thing. I mean, there's not a whole lot of set pieces. There's a bit where Gabrielle Union screws up the power and the circuit breaker. So all the one guy goes out, she sneaks in and uses his drone that was in the house to be a diversion as a motion tracker, because Billy Burke has a device, the motion tracker. He's following it. He doesn't realize he's following a diversion, this drone, while she goes and sneaks up to get to her kids. And she gets to her daughter, but she can't get to the son. So it's like, okay, go show him where the safe is. Trust me. She got to leave again. Gets the guy hostage. Like I say, he shoots his own guy. Billy Burke gets this code, this thing that the guy he shot had. That's what they use to get into the safe. They get the money from the safe. They tell up the two kids they're going to burn the place down, burn the kids up. Diablo Union is walking on the roof. Two of the bad guys get up on the roof. The kids try to escape. Billy Burke stops them. The kid gets the gun. You hear a gunshot. Diablo Union has this kind of hose, this rope on the roof. Pushes the more sensitive guy off the roof. So he falls to his death while she swings. The kids escape. She escapes. They run to her truck. This made me laugh, where the psycho guy's like behind them, and Gabriel backs the truck up, and the truck goes like, like backs like, boom. I'm like, okay, that guy, the way the impact happened, that guy should be fucking dead. But then you think, okay, with this type of movie, he's probably not dead. Lo and behold, he's not. He should be, with how that fucking hit was. Billy Burke shoots the truck up. They escape back to the house. Billy Burke, he gets in because the father of the family, or I should say the husband, Gabrielle Union's husband, gets home. Billy Burke gets to jump on him. Pretty much knocks the guy out. Diablo Union says, listen, if you do anything, even if you try to shoot me, I'm going to burn this money up. They make a deal. They go their separate ways. But the psycho guy comes in, stabs Billy Burke, kills him. She gets attacked by the psycho. The daughter gets attacked by the psycho. He says he's going to rape the two and do all this stuff. And then, because of PG-13, you need at least one or two fucks. I think they say two fucks. She says one earlier, and then here she says, what the hell did she say? You broke into the wrong fucking home. Stabs him. Kills the guy. Family reunited, everything's fine, the movie's over. That's what I mean, it's just very generic, just very kind of run-of-the-mill, in one ear out the other. You've seen this type of movie done multiple times before. I think a lot more tension could have been built up with her trying to get into the house, trying to find different ways, and being like, she's trying to find different ways, and each way she thinks she's got an idea, but then the security system screws her up, or the bad guy screw it up, and it's getting more and more desperate as she's trying more and more things to. But you didn't really get a whole lot of that. And because it's PG-13, like I said, it comes off a bit tame, and I would have even preferred her doing some punching and some kicking. I'm not saying she's going to be a martial arts special fucking forces, but that's what I liked about Kidnap, is that you had a bit more of those visceral, impactful action pieces, whether it be the car chase scenes, whether it be the guy trying to shoot with a shotgun and she's dodging it and crushing the guy with the car, or fighting with the woman that's trying to choke her with the seatbelt and they're going back and forth with the fight, or you took the wrong kid and smashed the guy with the shovel. They had a bit more of those yeah moments, like fuck yeah. Get him, Halle Berry, get them sons of bitches. I tried to use the bib, I didn't have, and I think that film was PG-13, I believe, but it felt a bit more impactful. Here, I don't know, just you're kind of watching, going, it's not badly acted. What's surprising is directed by James McTeague. If you wondered who the fuck is that, he did Ninja Assassin, which I do like. There is a lot of CGI in that film, to be fair. But I know something about that film I do like. I think just because seeing a big budget bloody ninja film, just kind of fun to see. I mean, it's no American Ninja, but I mean, I kind of wish a Ninja Turtle film was done in that fashion, Ninja Assassin fashion. Just something about it just tickled me. And also, he directed V for Vendetta. So it's like, wow, the guy who directed V for Vendetta did this movie? You would never have thought that this was made by the guy who did fucking V for Vendetta. Some people be like, what? Yeah, it is. Go fucking figure. But it was a hit. And maybe that's the thing, is you go in and you kind of just get what you're looking for the most part, then you come out of it and it's not really anything that different, that unique, that innovative about it. Like I said, if you've seen plenty of other found footage, I don't know why I thought that. Any home invasion film. I mean, I like it more than The Strangers. Because The Strangers, I thought was boring as shit. It was a bunch of assholes waiting to die. Then they do die. And you don't care if they died. So, I mean, it's better than that shit. I'd probably say, The Purge I was not a fan of. I like The Purge Anarchy more. This, at least, was, I thought, a bit faster paced. And how Gabriel Union still felt like a badass more than Ethan Hawke did in The Purge. He just seemed like a pussy in that. I'm sure maybe that was the purpose, whatever. But like I say, this seems like someone that would have been like a more polished Lifetime Channel, Hallmark. I would say like a Lifetime Channel movie that's a bit more polished. Like if Lifetime sold a movie to Netflix. Maybe it does seem like more like a Netflix type of... It would be on Netflix, not in a theater. But I guess if you like the... Okay, it depends how much you like Gabrielle Union. Like I said, her and Billy Burt did good. It's just... There's not a whole lot that's really differentiates itself. Like, that's what I mean. It's... You kind of know it. This is generic. It's standard. It's run of the mill. There's not like big action scenes. There's not big. Like I said, she didn't really get to do a lot of whole fighting, beating up the bad guys. It's more of avoidance and trying to which is okay, but I've seen much worse. I've seen much better. Nothing in it, maybe I mean, other than bits here and there, not a whole lot made me that mad about it. Just kind of, if you're really, really bored, and the trailer, I don't know, maybe the trailer just away the entire movie. I didn't see the trailer. If you looked at the poster, you looked at the setup, if it interests you that much, sure. I just don't think you don't want to take a whole lot away from it, but, I've seen much worse, too. It's just kind of there. Meh. I don't know how else to put it, but... I wouldn't say it's garbage, though. Again, Gabrielle Union... She was natural, she was likable enough, she was strong enough, but not too Mary Sue-ish strong. She gave a capable performance. Not amazing or anything, but fine. Let's say Billy Burke as the leader of the bad guys. He did well. At least you have that. And the mom wasn't so dumb. It wasn't like, what was that film? No Good Deed with Idris Elba, where the mom seemed like the dumbest motherfucker doing the worst fucking decisions. Like, it was better than No Good Deed, I'll say that. Which I think didn't you request that too? Anyway, it is better than that movie. It was not nearly as annoying as that film. Like the whole thing with the phone, that was stupid. But other than that, it's like, yeah. And it wasn't as cringeworthy or as annoying as it in some shit I've seen. So take that for you will. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye bye.